Welcome everyone, welcome everyone. My name is Lennox Bennett. I'll be your presenter for today. And today we'll be looking at the 2022 PEP Grade 6 Mathematics Curriculum Based Test Questions. Alright. Here is my WhatsApp number 876 549 2161. Alright. I'm encouraging students to go ahead and attempt the question. All right. So try to attempt the questions. Type in your comment before I do the solution. All right, guys. Just test yourself, and at the end of it, see how many you got correct. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. All right. So this is the cover sheet. It says Ministry of Education, Youth and Information Primary Exit Profile, which is PEP, April 6 curriculum base. Time allotted is 1 hour and 30 minutes. It says write your name and the name of your school, blah, blah, blah. All right, so you'll be instructed as what to do. So let's get right into the video. Again, guys, remember you're encouraged to start the video before, all right? Start the questions rather before the solutions. All right, number one says, which name correctly represents the number 524? All right. A says 542, B 524, C 254, and D says 425. So guys, just type in one. If it's A, you put A. All right. B, you put B. So 1B, if it's B is the answer, C, 1C. All right, let's get right into it. So it's a which name correctly represent the number 524? So let's see. 524, so that would be B. Right, let's move on to number 2. Read questions carefully at least 3 times, all right? Very important. So it says, examine the Venn diagram below. Use it to answer item 2. And they give you here universal set, we have arts, and we have music as the subsets. All right, so we have Andre, Jay, Sue, and Pat. And question 2 says, which students like both art and music? All right, let's discuss that. So right here represent where we see the intersection that represent who likes both art and music. So that would be J. So again, this is B. All right, so let's move on to number 3. All right, let's go. It says 5 numbers are shown in the box below. So we see the numbers 4,239, 31,429, 46,523, 624, 3,494,702. So that's the numbers they are referring to. The value of the digit 2 is less than 1,000 in each of the numbers in the box. Examine the numbers carefully, then answer item 3. And it says, for which of the following is the value digit 2 also less than 1,000? So we're going to look for this, which is the digit 2, right? So this digit 2 would be 200. So 200 is less than 1,000. So we don't have to go any further, it would be A. All right, let's move on to number 4. In the number 81,509, the digit 8 is in the, so we're going to look at the digit 8. So first we look at where digit 8 is, and this is right here. All right, so we have the ones, tens, 100, 1,000, and 10,000. So that would be 10,000. All right, let's look at number 5. It says a student made the following statement. Use it to answer item 5. So this is what the student said. When multiplying a number by 10, simply put 0 at the end of the number. For example, 42 times 10 is equal to 420. And they say no for 5. For which number will this strategy work? Is it 7.534, 7.53, 7.5, or 7? Alright, so that would be 7. Remember, when you're multiplying by 10, for example, if we should multiply 7.534, this might come relevant, so let me just clarify 10. What we do, we move the decimal place one place to our right, because it's 10, so this will give us 75. Right, so we don't need to add a 0, so that would not work. This answer would work out 75.34. Likewise, 7.53 times 10. We move the decimal place one place to our right since it's 10, and that will be 75.53. But in this case, if we have 7 multiplied by 10, so as you can see, it has to be a natural number. So 7 times 10 would be 70. Alright, so let's move on to number 6. Number 6 says, which statement is an example of an infinite set? Before we answer the questions, who can type in and tell me what is an infinite set? And I want you to tell me what is a finite set. Alright? School guys, let's go. Type it in for us. What's an infinite set? What's a finite set? Alright? So basically an infinite set comes from the word basically infinity, meaning there's no ending, so it's continuous. Alright? They said this statement is an example of an infinite set. So we're gonna look and see which one of these sets will have no limit or no ending. A says the set of numbers greater than 10. B, the set of letters in the alphabet. The set of grain of rice in a cup. D, the set of cars in a parking lot. So that would be A. The numbers greater than 10 goes up to infinity, meaning there is no ending. You can keep on adding 1 forever. Alright? Alright, the set of letters in the alphabet that has a limit. So we know that it has 26 letters, so that means it's a finite set. Alright? As I said, infinite means no ending. Alright, students might be tempted to say the set of grains of rice in a cup. That also has a limit. While there might be many, because I know students will tend to think about many. So don't confuse many with finite, with infinite. Many, there's a lot, but it has a fixed amount. So if you should sit down and count them, you get an exact number. Right? Set of cars in a car parking lot, that also is a finite set. Alright guys, this is a minute thing. No rush. Alright, so let's move on to number 7. Again guys, remember you're encouraged to answer the questions before me. Alright, number 7 says, which of the following ratio is equivalent to 2/3? So we're looking for not 2/3, 2 to 3. Alright, so my advice to you guys would to say, alright, examine each of these and break them down to their lowest term. For example, 5 to 10, find a number that can go into 5 and 10 without leaving a remainder. right? If you get 2 to 3, then that is correct. All right, let's go. 5 would be the number that is common to both 5 into 5, 1. So this ratio would be 1 to 2. All right, let's do it for 5 to 15. Which number can go into 5 and 15? That is the 5. 5 into 5, 1. 5 into 15, 3. So that's 1 to 3. So we can eliminate both of these, right? Let's try for 10 to 15. All right, so again, we can say 5 can go into 10, so that will be 2 times 5 into 15, 3. So 2/3 is equivalent. So that will give us C for this answer. All right, let's move on to number 8. Which problem can be solved by adding a half and 1/3? So again, we have to read through each one of these. Read through them at least 3 times. How many times? At least 3 times, guys. All right, so let's go. It says, which problem can be solved by adding a half and 1/3? So listen to this. A says, Jakes put half of his pencil into an empty bag. He then puts another 1/3 of his pencils into the same bag. Notice they say the same bag. What fraction of his pencil is now in the bag? That we could have added, right? So this would be A. But let us examine B and so forth. It says Jake put half of his pencil into his desk. He then gives 1/3 of his pencil in his desk to Lacey. What fraction of Jake's pencil did Lacey receive? All right. Adding 1/2 and that would not give you the answer, right? C, Jake gives half of his pencils to Bill and some of his pencils to Kimmy. What fraction? No, we don't know how much he give. Well, the one here say Jake. Let me see now. Let me see C. Probably me too jump in. C says Jake gave half of his pencil to Bill and some of his pencil to Kim. What fraction of the pencils did he receive? If he know as 1/3, no, we don't know how many he gave Kimmy, so that would not give us the answer. If he didn't give Kimmy any, then we could have had that. Let's look at D. J gives half of his pencils to Jill and 1/3 of the remainder to Bill. That will not give you the answer because it says 1/3 of the remainder. So if it was 6, he gave 1/3, which would be 2. So that would not give us the answer. Very nice question, Pep. Heads up. Big up yourself for that one. All right, so let's look at this one, number 9. It says the students in the class were given the following grid and asked to comment on a portion of the grid that is shaded. Now it says use the grid as well as the comments 4 students made to answer item 9. So here are the comments. Jody said 0.6 of the grid is shaded. Lisa said 60% of the grid is shaded. Mike says 3/5 of the grid is shaded. Andy says 600 of the grid is shaded. And they say which student's comment is incorrect. All right, so let's look at it. Jody says 0.6. All right. So basically, if you look at it close, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. So basically, in total, it would be 60 over 100, right? That's going up by 10. So you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and a total of 100. So this is the fraction. If you manipulate this, you will get 0.6. So that would be correct. The decimal point is here. We move 2 places. So that's 1, 2. That is 0.6. So that will be correct. So Jody's statement is correct. Let's look at Lisa. It says 60% of the grid is shaded. Again, 60 over 100, convert it into percentage, times by 100%. Let's see if we get this cancel this. 1 times 60 is 60%. So yes, it is, Lisa is correct. All right, Mike says 3/5 of the grid is shaded. So let's go. So it would be 60. Let's break it down. 60 over 100. Break it down as 63. Lowest fraction is 3/5. Divide by 10. So we have 6 over 3 over 10. Can divide by 2. So that's 6 divided by 2. That's 3. And that is 5. So that means Andy statement is incorrect. As he said, hundredths, right? That means after the decimal point. So guys, read them carefully because they can be very, very tricky. So Andy would be incorrect. All right. Let's look at number 10. The diagram below represents the number 200, which is this diagram right here. It says use it to answer item 20. All right. So now this says what is 80% of the number? All right. So this is 200. So we can do this more than one way. We can either try to figure out what one block represents, right? So we have 200. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So basically, one represents. Hello? Hey man, good day. What's up? All right, so two ways we can look at it. We can find out what one value. All right, so we have a total of 1, 2. If I just label it instead of just freestyle, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, there's a total of 10. So all we have to do is just find 80% of 10 in numbers. Or we could have just said, let us find 80% of 200. I'll put it away there. So let us find 80%. Oh Lord. Right, so now stop. So that's 80%. So that's 80 of 200. So the off the number means 200, right? So this cancel this. Divide by 100. 2 times that, 160. All right, so that would be C. All right, let's move on to number 11. All right, number 11 says the table below shows the number of boys and girls in grade 2 to 5 at Rose Mountain Primary School. Use it to answer item 11. And it says now, in which grade is the ratio of boys to girls 4 to 5? So guys, the first thing you want to do, you want to eliminate all the ones that the girls are less. All right, so that's the first thing. So let us start from here. The girls are less. So the fact that girls are, right, this. The fact that boys to girls, it means boys come first. So that's 4. That's a smaller portion to 5. All right, so we're gonna eliminate all the ones that girls are less. All right, So we can eliminate these two. You see, girls are less. Focus on these two now, where boys are less, 12 to 15 and 15 to. Alright, so let us again work it out and see which one we can get 4 to 5. Alright, the ratio should be 4 to 5. Alright, so let's start with 15 to 25. Which number can go into 15 and 25? That is 5. So we have 3 to 5. So it's not that. Alright, just to make sure, let us check out this one. 12 to 15. Alright, which number can go into 12 and 15? That will be 3. 3 into 12, that's 4 times. 3 into 15, that's 5. So there we have it. It would be 4. So that's grade 4 is our answer. Alright, so let's move on to number 12. It says, examine the two bars shown on the diagram below. The longer bar represents 400% of the shorter bar, or 160 units. Use this information to answer item 12. Alright, so it said this basically is 400% of this. In other words, it will be 4 times this. So as I said, it's 16. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that means this is the 4. Yeah. Alright. So 400% means 4 times it, right? Alright. But let's see what the question I say. Which statement is true about the length of the shorter bar? Of the shorter bar, you know, guys. Alright, so it says 16 unit because it's 16 unit because 16 unit because 160 divided by 10 is 16. It is not true. It's not 16. Forty units because 160 divided by 4 is 40. Yeah, that seems to be true. Let's see if there's a better answer. 100 units because 4 400 divided by 4 is 100. That's not correct. 4 units because 400 divided by 100 is equal to 4. For me, the best possible answer would be D. It's not 40 units. Oh, hold on. Them say this represent 160 now. Shoot. No, guys. Them say this represent 160. If I divide 160 by 4, that's 40. Oh, this is the best option. Because they did say that represents 160 units. Alright, so that would be 40. So that could be B. Guys, you see what happened to me? I have to read the questions very carefully. Alright. Alright, let's move on to, I think I'm gonna stop at 15. So you guys will have to catch part 2. Alright. Alright, let's go. The student in 6G were asked to name the sport they played. The data collected is shown in the Venn diagram below. Use it to answer question item 30. Alright, so examine the Venn diagram closely and then we can answer the question. Alright, so say cricket versus football. All right, so says now, what information could be used to determine how many students play both cricket and football? So they want to find out how many play both of these. All right, so let's go. It says the number of students who played football only. You know that would be 20. So we already know that information. That can give us this, right? All right, let's move on to B. The number of students who played cricket. Yeah, that could give us. Say, for example, if we know that a total of 10 students played cricket, right? It means that 2 would go here, right? That could work. All right, let's look at the option. Number of students who play football only or cricket only. No, we already have that information. That can get us nowhere. The number of students who do not play football or cricket. That is this. 10 represent students who don't play football or cricket. So the best option here, number of students who play cricket. So once I know the total, then you could subtract. All right, so if it's 10, we'll just put 2 here. This represents persons who play cricket and football. So that would be correct. So that's B. All right, let's move on to 14. Which number is both a factor and a multiple of 24? It's a factor and a multiple. I love this question. Awesome, awesome question. All right, so we are given 6. All right, let us examine it. 6 is a factor of 24. However, it's not a multiple of 24. Go on, bro. All right, take care. All right, so let us do it the hard way. We're gonna list all the factors, and then we'll list a few multiples. All right. So what are the factors of 24? Numbers that can divide equally into 24. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 12, and 24. Right? The factors of 24 are finite, right? Now the multiple, so we start with 24, 48, and so on, right? But if you see, you notice this is common, right? Because 48 is not a factor, and it says a factor and a multiple. So our answer would be C, which is 24. So you list all the factors and then you look at the multiples. Let's look at 15. Which of the following shows the reciprocal of the product of 5 and 6? So let us examine what they want us to do. They say, which of the following shows the reciprocal of the product of 5 and 6? Now, product means to multiply. So let us do that. So we multiply 5 times 6. We get 30. Right? And they say reciprocal. What does reciprocal mean? Basically, it means that we flip the number. So this can be written as 30 over 1. Right? So when you flip it, 1 go up the top, and then we have 30. So that would be D. Very nice question. Big up on yourself. All right, so can we go further? All right, let's go. Sixteen says the diagram below shows two fractions, 2/9 and 5/9. Use them to answer item 16. All right, so we get 2/9 and we get 5/9, and it says determine the value of 2/9 plus 5/9. Now, if you notice, the denominator or the bottom number are the same, so that's 9. So all we have to do is just add the top. 2 plus 5 would be 7 out of 9. So that would be B. All right, let's move on to number 17. And it says now, the diagram below shows 8 donuts in a box. The ratio of coconut donuts, so that's the coconut, to vanilla donuts is 2 to 6. Use the diagram and the information to answer item 17. Remember, guys, they say it's 2 to 6. All right, so let us write it. Always write the information. So we have coconut. Coconut. So we have coconut to vanilla. Type in your favorite flavor. Is it coconut or vanilla? Or for chocolate? I know, no. All right, so the ratio would be 2 to 3. They gave us this information. 2 to 6. So we can even break it down to 1 to 3. All right. Show them so you're bright enough. All right, let's look at what it says now. It says for this one now, what percentage of the donuts are coconut? All right, so we can see that from the key, these two would be 1, 2, right? So it's 2 out of the total. How many are there now? Let's check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have a total of 8 times 100. So 2 into 2, 1, 2 into that, 4, 4 into 4, 1, 4 into 100, 25. So that's 25% or a quarter. All right. All right, let's move on to number 18. Oh, I go on. What I go on? It says, read the statements below carefully. Use it to answer item 18. There is no number greater than 5.69 that has 6 in the 10th place. All right. So let's look at the numbers. It says now, which of the following shows the statement is false? That means it's not correct. So what it is saying, look at this, which number has 6 in the 10th place? So this is the 10th place. So you know, say you have the 1s, the 10s, the 100, but from the decimal point you have 10s. Notice we don't have no 1s, we have 10s, 100s, and 1000s, right? So which number? Is it this? No, this is not greater than 5.69. That's it. You have to have a 9 here, right? And then probably another number. This 8, 8 is less than 9. All right, this one is interesting, 5.69. But whoops, we have a 0 here, so it's equal to the same thing as this. So it's not this. This is equal to 5.69. So it has to be this one, and yes, so it's 5.691. All right. There are other numbers greater than it, like 5.692, 5.693, 5.694, and so on. All right. So that would be D. Let's move on to 18. If you are not subscribed, you need to do so now. If you have not liked the video, go ahead and do that. All right. Ensure that you are subscribed for part 2 and 3. All right, let's move on to 19. Simone, Peter, and Michael were given a sum of money to share among themselves. Simone received 45% of the money and Peter received 30%. What fraction of the money did Michael receive? Before we run into anything, guys, let us break it down step by step. Understand the information, understand what the question is asking. So let us do that. So we have established that it's 3 persons. So it's Sim. I'm just going to put Sim for Simone. Don't rush into the question, all right? Take your time, figure it out what it is asking. We have Peter. I'm just going to put MIC. Big up my friend Michael in Canada. Big up yourself. All right. So let's go now. And it says, we're given the sum of money to share among themselves. So this person, Simone, received 45% of the money and Peter received 30% of the money. What are they asking now? So we know that this man here, this girl here received 45%, Peter received 30%. What fraction of the money did Michael receive? All right, so let us try to figure it out. So what we can do now, the total money share was 100%. Let us establish that. So what we can do is subtract 45. Well, you guys are young, I probably shouldn't do it this way. So add these first, right? And that will give us 75. So that will leave 25. So Michael received 25%. I'm going to express that as a fraction. So that's 25 out of 100. And I think we can see that it's a quarter. 25 into itself, 1. 25 into 100, 4. So Michael received a quarter as a fraction. All right, guys. So like for part 2, I'll see you guys. All right. Take care. Let's go for 20 now, the last one. Which number is a prime factor of 50? Which number is a prime factor of 50? All right. First of all, we can just examine the numbers. 1 is not a prime number. 2 is the only even number that is prime. 10 is not a prime number, and 25 is not a prime number. So we can establish that it would be 2, but let us work it out. Let's find the prime factorization of 50. I will go 5 times 10. That gives us 50, right? Remember, only prime numbers can make up the prime factorization of any composite number. All right, so now we say 2 times 5. So this will be the prime factorization of 50 overall. So it will be 2 times 5 times 5. This is our answer for the prime factorization. Remember, when you multiply these prime numbers, it gives you the composite number 50. 2, 5, 10, 5, 10, 50. So see, if we add 5 there, we could have choose 5, but we have 2. So that would be B. All right. So guys, thank you so much for watching. For the parents who want to the child get the highest proficiency in maths Pep, just give me a WhatsApp or a call. So it's 549-2161. All right. So guys, I'll see you guys in part 2. Please share this video with someone who you know doing Pep and need help. All right. Still, students should also be doing this and CSEC. All right. So I'll see you guys on the other side of the next video, where we do from 21 to 40. All right. Thanks for watching. This is Lennox Bennett. I'm out. No doubt. See you guys in another video.